What was the potential? You mentioned maybe the building blowing up, but how scary is something?
Well, you can imagine just during the course of the 4th of July holiday, we respond to so many calls for fireworks going off, so many injuries of people with devices that are much less dangerous than the type of devices that we located in this building, having blown off fingers, injured hands, faces, a sundry of different types of injuries that are occurred because of lesser types of fireworks. This is way farther beyond that. This is something that, because of the amount of powder that was discovered, because of the charges, we are calling destructive devices, not fireworks. And that should alert not just the media, but our partners in the community to understand that this was a very, very dangerous scenario. We're very thankful that we're able to discover this before, one, anybody got injured, two, before any of these additional fireworks, or excuse me, before any of these additional destructive devices were sold off or sent out to other locations.
Did you find any evidence of like pipe bombs or other types of explosive devices?
Most of the stuff that we located were precursor chemicals that are mixed to make flash powder. That flash powder was utilized to make these devices that we showed pictured then. The investigation obviously is still ongoing, and as we collect more data and information, all that is being submitted to the crime lab to verify that what we seized is what it is.
Is there investigation into possible distribution of these? Was he getting rid of these?
Absolutely. We're going to be looking into that as well, and that's part of the evidence that we seized. In addition to the physical evidence, there's also technological devices and data that we seized as well.
So we don't know if there's some of these devices elsewhere.
Absolutely. That's what we're looking for, and that's why we're asking the community today, if you have information or knowledge of this individual or of any other distribution of these types of devices, we'd like to know about that.
Can you compare it to something, a stick of dynamite, or what?
Well, I can tell you, military-grade M80s, which are used to simulate artillery fire, those generally contain approximately 5 grams of flash powder. The devices that we located inside this warehouse and in possession of this individual had upwards of 10 to 15 grams of flash powder, so 2 to 3 times stronger than what military uses to simulate artillery fire.
So this area, this building, this potentially it was a cause for concern. I mean, the neighborhood was dangerous.
It was an absolute hazard. You know, our bomb squad technicians are very professional. They know how to isolate, identify explosive devices. They know how to safely transport all that dangerous stuff out to a local bomb range and get rid of it after taking appropriate samples. But had we not discovered that, and had there been an accidental fire or anything other than that, it very likely could have leveled the entire building.
How many ready-made devices did you find, and how many were capable of being produced?
I don't have the exact number of the ready-made devices that had already been assembled, but I can tell you that based on the evidence that we did seize and based on what we saw there, it looked like this manufacturing of destructive devices had been going on for quite a while.
The suspect, was he located at the scene or elsewhere?
He was located at his residence and taken into custody without incident.
Did you find more evidence of explosive bomb-making materials there?
You know, we had a search warrant for his residence as well as the business. I don't know the exact details of what was located at his residence.
He is San Jose resident?
Yes.
And how were you able to link him with these devices?
That's based on the evidence that we took into account. Obviously, the investigation led us from his business that is on register to his residence. And obviously, a judge, through our investigation, approved the search warrant, linking the two together.
Talk about the charges he's facing?
I believe he's facing felony charges of reckless storage of destructive devices, possession of destructive devices, and manufacturing as well. But you can verify that on the booking sheet for the case file.
Is this your first, is it, not your first, but, oh, you know where I'm going with this question?
We've seen many other types of explosive devices here in the city of San Jose. Very recently, we responded to a home just this past summer of another individual who was making what appeared to be pipe bombs. But as a department, and as a most thinly staffed department in the Bay Area, perhaps the nation, we're always ready to do more with less. We have very professional officers, very professional detectives. Their tenacity is amazing to do this based on a patrol call that happened basically in the middle of the night, follow through and make that person go to jail at the end of the day. We're extremely proud, not only our detectives, our officers, but our bomb technicians who respond to the call day or night to make sure that not only the community is safe, but our officers who are in the area are also safe and secure. Español.